As usual with these kinds of videos, the images that I have, including the emojis, will be representing who's speaking. In cases of extremely high emotion, the emojis will substitute for the characters.
This is a picture from my childhood where I'm holding an umbrella before some flowers. The most mundane thing that anyone does, right? Not to Dave.
Pippi Longstocking showing her many crowns, shielded from the light of truth by her black umbrella of deception.
The only 7 crowns small enough to hide under an umbrella would be those from the Mouse King, and they are in Nutcracker's possession. Dave really needs to stop with the Jedi mind tricks. They only work on people who are weak-minded, very naive, gullible, or willing to go with the flow and let others do their thinking for them.
Capitalistic interlude. Owing to a lack of funding from the National Endowment for the Humanities, many scholars these days must turn to corporate support for their important efforts. I ask that you patronize those supporting this website so that we may continue our efforts toward the revelation of truth.
Oh, how cute, an ad on his site, and he wouldn't know the truth if it kicked him in the keister.
It's pretty sick to think that this guy might have paid to put this pile of garbage on the web, or worse, made some money off it. The long-winded promo continues.
This first company, Go.com, offers an outstanding search engine for those looking only for relevant information from their requests. Where some spiders may call up thousands of documents completely unrelated to your particular search phrase, this one will give you a much more relevant response. Looking for the phrase Pippi? Don't even try it on Excite or Webcrawler.
I prefer DuckDuckGo and have better things to do than look up my name on the web. It was my friend NT who alerted me to Dave's site, and she was too upset to delve into it, so she submitted it to me and a few others to deal with it later, much later.
With Go.tom's intuitive approach to searching, you'll get what you're looking for. And remember, every time you click below, I receive more funding for this and other endeavors. For the most relevant searches on the web, go. And now we return to the scholarship.
What scholarship? A scholarship is a bit of financial support for studying in various fields. This is nothing but a morass of ranting by a decidedly unhinged, delusional person who is obsessed with power and aspects of the occult. And he is trying to project that crap onto me.
Invocation of the beast.
First it was thus, 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 thus. Now it's beast, 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 beast. Drop the beast already. Beast.
Yes, Dave's pseudo-religious fanaticism is tiresome.
As with any demonic incarnation, the Pippi creature must first be summoned before it can take form in the physical world.
Let's get this straight once and for all. I am not an it, I'm a she. I am not a creature, especially not a demonic one. I am a human. I do not operate through summoning and do not go from non-physical to physical. I come and go same as any other person.
Or become born of the seed of man and angel.
Become born of the seed of man and angel. Blah, 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 blah. Stop that seed of man stuff already and angel crap. It's like Pippi said. Angels don't do the nasty with humans and make little demon babies, okay? We could actually do several drinking games out of this. How many times little Davy uses angels, demons, devil, thus, beast, seed.
And fallen from grace, too.
Oh yeah, and cognate.
The invocation is precise and must be recited in the original Swedish to work.
Which will never work no matter what language you use. I never was and never will be a slave to anyone's incantations. You got that?
One American demonist, Fred Ladd, attempted to render the incantation in English, but the words of Jan Johansson and Conrad Elfers simply could not be translated with the demonic potency of the Swede tongue.
There is no such thing as a demonist. Fred Ladd's surname was abbreviated. His name was Fred Laderman, or Ladderman, and he was a producer of entertainment, especially of anime. Jan Johansson is a bluegrass musician, composer, teacher, and producer. Conrad Elfers was a German composer, and he worked in the movie industry.
What follows is the A-text, the earliest and most reliable of the English translations.
And just what is the point of this? Dave, you are obsessed. Okay, this is no incantation, or invocation as Dave calls it. It is just lyrics to a song from one of the movie productions about me, so I will not let Dave read it since his voice is incredibly grating and creepy. Have I any volunteers?
I'll read it.
Matilda!
I read your story too, and Dave is not just dishonest. He's delusional. I don't care how badly anyone talks about my ex-parents Harry and Zinnia. They deserve whatever trash they get. But I love my adoptive mom, Miss Honey, and it hurts even thinking about anyone insulting her the way Dave has done to you and your parents.
I couldn't agree with you more about those worthless excuses of parents. They are appalling. The way they treated you makes me sick.
I'm glad you are empathetic to me. I always thought you might be. So now I will read what Dave called an invocation. It goes like this. Freckles on her nose. Diddle diddle dee, a girl came riding into town one day. Diddle diddle, she was quite a sight. It's Pippi Longstocking. Hey ho ho wah hee ha ha. It's Pippi Longstocking, there's no one like her. Happy as can be. Diddle diddle. Pippi tells you stories. You just wait and see. Tra la 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 la. She's quite a girl. She's got a house. An old and funny house, a monkey and a horse, a suitcase full of golden coins. And you will never, ever, ever find another girl so strong and always generous and kind. Pippi's world is fun. Diddle diddle dee. She makes kids happy. Her make-believe may stun diddle diddle the grown-ups here in town. Pippi's quite unique. Diddle diddle with her smile disarming. She is such an imp. Tra la 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 la, you'll love her too.
Yeah, the implications of the verses are stark. Lines such as, freckles on her nose, mark of the beast.
So, Dave, you've just accused anyone who has ever had freckles of having the mark of the beast, and that is not only monstrously stupid, it is also bigoted. The only thing stark about your claims? They are all hateful paranoid lies.
Pippi tells you stories, lies,
We've gone through this before. The biggest liar here is you, Dave.
and she is such an imp demon. Prescribe any interpretation outside the satanic.
We've been through that before. I have no control over the careless words other people use. Suppose I called you a sloth bear, would that mean you actually are one? You are obsessed with Satan. I avoid him.
She speaks with beasts, monkeys, and horses.
No, Mary Poppins does that, specifically to a dog named Andrew who does not answer back, and she makes out he does. She also talks with her parrot Umbrella. I talk at animals, same as a lot of other people, and am not the only one who has ever made believe or thought some action of theirs meant something to do with what I just said.
Tempts children away from their strong Swedish moral values with earthly delights and gold and...
Certainly not. Do not get on your high horse about morals, Dave, when you have not said a single moral thing in your religion perverting diatribe. I do not tempt people. I was a friend to other children my age, and what I possessed I would share. I also protested injustice, which was often perpetrated by greedy, arrogant, and cold-hearted people, adults and children alike.
torments her elders with her lies, make-believe.
Right. Never mind the elders who abused the power they had over the children. Matilda, you know all too well what that was like. Any supposed torment my elders got, they asked for. If they couldn't handle it, then maybe they shouldn't have dished it out in the first place.
This establishes the base form of the Pippi incarnation,
There is no such thing as a me incarnation.
which is then expanded once the physical presence has been established.
Nonsense. I am no more incarnated than anyone else in fiction, and not at all in the real world. Now Dave is gonna rant about this image of me as a child, with Mr. Nilsson, my pet monkey, whom I miss, just as my friends who've had and lost pets miss theirs.
He's so cute.
Pippi is seen here cavorting with Mr. Nilsson.
The word cavort is inaccurate. The first meaning is to jump or dance around in an excited or noisy way. Show me a child who has never done that. It is inaccurate because I was standing still. I was not worried about Mr. Nielsen's position on top of my head. He was very active and could take care of himself well enough not to tumble. But the word cavort is also inaccurate because of a second meaning which is sometimes tied to the first. That second meaning, in a flirtatious way. Given Dave's hatred of me and his incredibly dark mind, it is very likely he means it the second way. What trash!
Oh, please. He's probably one of these people against people owning exotic pets. And he would probably rather you just had a dog or a cat, maybe. He might even be against pet ownership, period.
A physical manifestation of the fallen angel Nelchael, who teaches astronomy and mathematics to his fellow demons.
No. His name was simply Mr. Nielsen, and he was just an ordinary pet monkey. He certainly did not know math. As for this Nelchel, it is interesting the different beliefs people have about him. One set of beliefs is especially ironic. This fallen angel supposedly protects people from gossip and slander. How laughable.
This was my beloved pet sugar glider, Mia. She was the closest thing I ever had to owning a monkey. I would give almost anything to have a pet monkey. But this clown, Dave, would probably look at Mia and go, "She's the Jezebel spirit." Wonder how many stupid little fallen angels he's got spinning around in that dark imagination of his.
She's just too cute. I want one.
Oh, she was something else. She was the best tiny little pet I ever had.
Note Pippi's mechanical aptitude and ability to navigate the globe without the aid of maps.
Oh, absolutely. How scary that I should have the know-how and the means to fix anything, or that anyone else should have that ability.
Oh, Dave.
I use maps all the time. I also use Lady A or other apps to get in and out of game worlds and such, hardly unique there. Also a teleporter, which, do I really have to explain this? It's fantasy.
Significant are the numerous occasions at which Pippi sings her own incantation,
Wrong. I don't do incantations at all.
reaffirming her physical presence with such lines as,
Stop right there. Like anyone else, I have no desire or need to reaffirm my physical presence, let alone by singing some song from one of the movies they made about me.
I'll read it. It goes, I am Pippi Longstocking. That is who I am.
and multiplying her demonic powers with the singing of spells.
I just told you, Dave, I don't do spells. Certainly nothing demonic. If I really could make a difference in the world by singing, I'd sing to get rid of cruelty, poverty, disease, and disasters. But no person has that kind of power.
This from the A text is a reaffirmation incantation.
No, it is not. No, it is not a spell. No, it is not demonic. No, it is not an incantation. Get that through your fat head, Dave. Now shut up and let me read. I am Pippi Longstocking. If you say it fast, it's funny. Pippi, Pippi Longstocking. How I love my happy name.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one from the chorus from that movie. But I like the other one in the later movie better, the What Shall I Do one.
I definitely prefer the What Shall I Do song. It fit my being grateful for every new day and feeling adventurous. The one about my name, well, I guess that was all they could come up with at that time. The only thing about my name being funny was the discombobulated looks I would get from people when they'd ask my name, and I'd rattle the whole thing off. Back when I was a child, trying to adjust to a new environment, I was confused enough, so it was good to know I could do something to shake those stuffy adults up a little from time to time.
Note, in this stanza, Pippi not only reaffirms her physicality, but also reveals the hubris that characterizes the evil one's fall from grace, as in, how I love my happy name.
Be quiet, stupid. Miss Pippi has refuted your repeated lies about that. And no movie tune can make anything or anyone go from not existing to suddenly existing. At least she and Miss Elf were having a nice conversation about the movies. But you have nothing of intelligence or value to say. There's more to the song, and it goes, I'm only 9. I always live alone inside my papa's house until he comes back home from far off somewhere.
Yeah, Pippi reveals that she is in the 9th year of her 1,000-year reign as the Antichrist, living in her papa's house, or the earth, which is Satan's realm. She also prophesizes her papa's second coming, or the time of the apocalypse, which she awaits alone on her throne of dominion.
That is absolute bullcrap. No person on earth lives for 1,000 years. I have no throne, and I reign over no one. The only second coming is that of Christ, and he will reign 1,000 years before the final judgment. I am definitely no Antichrist. Darth Vader is a much better fit for that description than many other fictional characters. The Star Wars mythos, or lore, whatever you want to call it, even has him as a Force ghost, so there's your fallen angel, Dave.
Good one, Miss Pippi. You nailed it. There's more song script. I have special friends, of course, a monkey and a horse. They share in my adventures, too.
Pippi reveals that it is with legions of beasts, such as monkeys and horses, that she will enslave mankind in her evil. Note that these beasts are special.
Apparently there is no limit to your stupidity, Dave. I had 2 pets, 1 monkey and 1 horse. That does not make a legion. I currently have no pets, and some of my friends do. My pets were special to me, and to anyone else who would love to own those types of animals. I said I would get rid of cruelty if it was in my power. Slavery is cruelty, so that is also covered.
Yeah, Dave. If Pippi was a slaver, she would be exactly like Miss Agatha Trunchbull. If she was, I would hate her. So stop interrupting this song reading with your idiotic jabber. The chorus returns, but with the last line changed from happy to how I love my funny name.
And here, from the B text, Pippi uses satanic verses to increase her powers to cause harm, even death, to her enemies, whose souls she will presumably devour in the process.
I'm not 100% positive about this, but what I believe is going on here is Dave is doing something narcissists are notorious for: projection. He is projecting his own traits onto me. The last thing he wants to do is admit to himself and let it slip to anyone else that he is a megalomaniac. But that's just my theory.
Dave, the only one who is interested in devouring souls is you. And guess what? You can't. You've got one soul. That's it.
There's nothing in here about death and killing people anyway. The verse goes, "We're off to Pirate Island. It's a merry song we're singing. We're not afraid of pirates, and we'll even leave them trembling." And that's exactly what you should do. Pirates are bullies and crooks.
Thank you, Matilda.
In the stanza, the unholy triad is journeying to Pirate Island, or a place of great evil. They are not afraid of the evil, however, just as normal men are not afraid of air. It is what sustains them.
Dave, you should apply that unholy label a lot closer to home. Your fantasies are truly sick. So you think not being afraid of evil means it sustains you? No. That would be like saying spiders sustain everyone who is not afraid of them. Evil does not do sustenance. None of us are afraid of Darth Vader either, and he sure as heck does not sustain us.
Oh, this next part does mention death, but come on, it isn't literal. It says, Pippi's one they can't stop. Those pirates should stop trying. We'll smash them dead once again and make those pirates cry. I've heard stuff like that all the time when some sports or game show came on the idiot box back at Harry and Zinnia's, and even at school.
It's just a boastful and uninspiring tune from an older movie. Not something I ever supported or actually said. But you don't just go up to a group of pirates and act like they are your best friends because they would smash you, take off with your possessions and sustenance, and leave you crying, injured or dead.
I remember very little about that song. I remember that it was in the key of F major, and I remember how the tune to the chorus goes, but I don't remember the verses at all. And I wouldn't have liked that verse if I had understood it.
I agree with you, Elf. The tune itself is the only okay thing about this particular song. I do not like how the song goes on about me specifically and makes such a big deal of my name in the chorus.
Remember that Pippi's father, by her own admission, is a cannibal king. So it is not out of character for her to turn on her own evil kind and devour their evil, increasing her own power as she does so.
Remember, I did not understand what the word cannibal meant, and it was an actress singing the song in a movie. I oppose evil, not thrive on it.
The next part is better. It goes, "If those pirates trap us and they do their best to grab us, we'll outsmart them. You'll see Tommy, Annika, and me."
The names of the unholy ones are here listed together, a powerful incantation of the power of deception.
You, Dave, have actually turned the words unholy and incantation into your own incantation. Nothing about my childhood best friends or me is unholy. By your illogic, Mr. Jesse is guilty of an unholy incantation too every time he mentions Cindy, Alyssa, and Elf, or any of the robots together in the Friends or Enemies story. Because how dare anyone mention names together in one sentence, Dave?
That's telling him Pippi. He's as stupid as Harry and Zinnia. Man, that's a long song, and I understand why you don't like it. The next part goes like this. Here comes Pippi Longstocking. Hope and a hey and a hope shana. Here comes Pippi Longstocking. Watch out, here I come.
Now just watch. Davy is going to make a great big thing about the onomatopoeia in that song, and he's probably going to say something about her saying, "Here I come," too, as if none of us have already said that ourselves.
He cannot know, of course, the meaning of the second line of the stanza, as it is in an alien tongue. However, the implication is clear. Pippi has arrived. O ye foolish men, and you'd better watch out.
The last image Dave rants about is a horse with 3 children on it. Yes, my friends and I have memories of moments like that.
I remember having the exact same moment when I was a kid. Me and 2 other friends were on a horse that we had at the time. All 3 of us sat on Amigo's back with a blanket, and then the blanket shifted and we all fell off.
That must have been so much fun.
Pippi is seen here riding Old Man, Obadon, the angel of the pit from Revelations 9:10, accompanied by the other 2 sides of the triad of evil, Tommy and Annika. She walks in our midst now, people.
Oh, please!
My horse was not named Old Man, and Old Man does not mean Obadon, which is not another of your precious fallen angels, which is Abaddon, Hebrew for destruction, And, Dave, you are nothing short of vile to slander my friends this way. You should be ashamed of yourself, but you won't be.
Later, once she has overcome the minor demons of Evil Island, namely 200 reinforcements, 200 musket thunder guns, and 1,000 rifles, swords, and carbines, she proclaims,
Not demons, you obsessive nitwit. Pirates, Dave. Pirates. And the song continues with the same lyric that you call alien tongue. Only this time it ends with the phrase, and I opened up the gate.
in juxtaposition to Jesus' harrowing of hell, wherein he freed the damned by opening up the gates of hell.
Don't even try to touch that subject, Dave. It has absolutely nothing to do with this. The damned are damned. They don't get free in the way you imply. People who have chosen damnation don't get freed. The devil does after the 1,000-year rule on earth by Christ for a short time, then he gets ended. But we are not going to go wandering off into that tangent. The subject is you, Dave, and your beyond rotten attitude and malicious character assassination of a beloved fictional person who fights evil. You should be going after Grogu and anyone in Star Wars or My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. There should be more than enough pseudo-religious stuff in those franchises to give you a huge, prolonged dopamine hit.
Elf is correct on this, and she has every right to be offended. I'm going to add something to what she just said. Dave, by dragging Jesus into your crazy vitriol against me, you are committing blasphemy. That is especially true if you meant that website of yours as some kind of pathetic joke. Do not mock the Lord Jesus Christ.
Pippi has rather opened them to flood the world with the evil of pirate demons.
Wrong. There are no pirate demons. Matilda already explained that. Your mind is a sad, dark place, Dave. I almost feel sorry for you. Almost.
Oh, this is great! There's an ad for Amazon, the nicest part of this dumb junk. The ad reads, Capitalistic Interlude. We scholars are always searching for hard-to-find books. With Amazon.com's massive selection, the search has been made a bit easier. From fiction to nonfiction, to video to music to out-of-print titles, Amazon.com has it all. Type in a keyword below to start your search. Search, enter keywords, and there's an Amazon.com logo.